1 minute. Okay, hello everybody. So this is the first podcast here on the Primitive Substance channel. My name is Dennis Young, and I'll be having some interesting guests coming along on this show, and I'm pretty excited to have our first guest here, the gentleman who originated the YouTube channel, responsible for a lot of the artwork on the channel, and part of the Primitive Substance band, and plus a number of other things. Brad, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Good, very good. So I guess we could start off by asking you more about yourself and your musical background, how you got interested in music.
You know, I'd have to say, well, definitely listening to my brother's music that he liked when I was young.
Okay.
So listened to a lot of, like, I grew up on a lot of the 80s metal stuff that he was into.
Right.
And so I was born in late 70s, so and so the first band I loved was Motley Crue, and then from there I became a Kiss fanatic, and then
That's right. Okay.
yeah, and so that's what made me want to play guitar in the first place.
How about that?
Ace
I know
Frehley.
you moved into more prog music after that.
Yeah, I
You
kind of
being
got
a
all
big-
over the place.
I know you're inspired by a lot of music these days. It's good to
Yeah,
see.
I think when I found David Bowie, that kind of changed
Okay.
things to
Right.
explore
Bowie
all different kinds of things.
He influenced a lot of people, so I could see that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting that you're playing. You're playing in different bands and you're exploring new types of music.
Yeah, I like to try all different kinds. I mean, like to just kind of see what happens. I don't like to plan anything out and.
So how do you approach songwriting and compositions and how you do your songs? Is there a method to how you write music?
I don't think there is. I don't think there
Okay.
is, because sometimes I can go for the longest time, and not write anything. And I think, like a lot of people, then you get into these streaks,
Right.
But I don't read music, so I don't know how to compose.
Right.
But
Well, sometimes that's a good thing. Then you have a more original approach to the music, as opposed to if you read music, sometimes you're set in a structure, and
yeah,
you feel obligated to. But that's what makes it unique sometimes.
I'd probably be better musician, but I kind of, I like to sort of play by ear more. Once I learned how to play, just the standard stuff, and then yeah, it's kind of freeing to not know much.
Right. Well, Brad has been responsible for the website here, which is fantastic. The artwork on a few of my records, along with Ray Bally, who's also part of Primitive Substance, and we have all these special guests that come along. So it's pretty exciting to be part of this team of musicians that come up with new music.
It is, like I had the chance to, have the albums produced by you, which I think, I'm really proud of, and to play with you and Ray, and remember, and that's how we met,
Right.
From Ray.
That was interesting how we met too. Maybe you want to explain how this all happened.
Yeah, like well, I started really playing at open mic nights at Crossroads in Garwood, and I'd play every Monday, and that's when I met Ray at the same time as I met Acorn Slim and Saxy Joe, the people I play with in Jackie Puppet. So it's the same time.
If you don't know these guys, Saxy Joe's a fantastic sax player. Jim Williams, fantastic guitarist in your other band. We can talk about after this, but okay, sure. Keep going.
But yeah. So when I met Ray, I thought he was great, and he liked my stuff, and we just became friendly. We became, friends from doing that, and we would jam sometimes. We'd put on a lot of shows together where I wasn't in his band. I just do like solo thing, and he'd play. And then you were in his band. That's how I met you.
I've been in a number of his different bands. Right.
Yeah, the different variations, and so then when I joined his band, you were already in the band.
Right.
And and so that's how we met, and then kind of it's gone from there.
That's right, right. And Ray's been the big catalyst of all
Yeah.
this, and I hope to have Ray on the show here also in the
Oh,
near
he's not.
future. We'll have him on available, and on this podcast, we're going to try to not only have the early '80s artists, but artists like yourself and other up and coming artists that I feel that either music or art that are making a difference out there, and you're one of them, Brad. So
Thank
you
you.
just keep it going. And
Thank you.
talk a little bit about your other bands that you work with out there.
Well, it's
Jackie
Jackie
Puppet, right?
Puppet and Primitive Substance. That's the two which are I like being in the two different bands because they're so different, and I get to do different
Right,
things in each of them. And with Jackie Puppet, we all write, and it's kind of it's a rock band, but we kind of go into all different styles, and our songs have characters and storylines, and it's um, like we created like a little world of our own, with all these things going on. So it's like there's a Jackie Puppet song world that we
right. I know that. I've seen it. It's
it's fun. We just
fantastic.
have fun,
Yeah, you guys
and
have great chemistry together.
yeah, I mean, it's just same with you and Ray. It's just
Right,
that's why I think we played together so long. Together, it's just that we all click, and we're all friends, and with Primitive Substance, I it's like I feel like we're always like exploring something, we never
right,
know
exactly.
what we're going to come up with, and that's a whole other thing, which is great.
What's nice is every jam is a little different. We try to explore different sounds, and
Yeah,
you never know what we're going to play next.
like Ray, starts with those bass lines, and then we go on top of that, and then when you brought in those drum machines lately, that's
Yeah, I think that's going to add really another uh, extra flavor to the sound and beat, and people
stuff
like
you can
hearing
dance to.
drums.
You can
Yep,
actually
that's what
dance
it
to.
is, right? That's what I'm hoping our next phase is. I mean, the group has gone through a number of phases, so this is probably the next phase we're trying to explore. So it's been fun.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, it's an interesting question, is if you could collaborate with any artist, living, dead, etc., who would that be?
Oh man.
I
Well,
know
that's a
there's a
tough one.
lot out there, but maybe a
It's a
few
tough.
people that you would,
God, that's really tough.
right?
I mean, there's so many, out there. I'm thinking of like Tori Amos would be great.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're a big fan of hers.
I I remember when I was 16 or something, giving her a note saying we should collaborate. Something else, I was like a kid and everything, and I was like I guess I had a crush on her or something. But she's great. Like if I was somehow able to do that, that would be incredible.
That would be,
I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening, but
well, it's nice to dream of those things, right? You never
yeah,
know, right? If your music career keeps going, you never know who you're going to run into at any time. I mean, you just got to be lucky at the right place at the right time for a lot of this to happen, but you never know. So another question for you: what is the most unusual, unexpected source of inspiration you've had for writing a song? Something unusual, or that says,
probably anything for Jackie Puppet has been unusual.
I'm sure it is.
Like got a song about the billionaires in outer space. When they had to see who can get to space first.
Yeah, you should mention your videos too, Brad. Brad has a number of videos on our channel too. That's really great.
I do. It's I'm not. It's like I'm not creating anything. It's just kind of piecing together like a collage. Things I find. Um, like stock footage from movies and things that you could use, and I just use like I'm not like a computer guy really, but
Right.
I kind of just figured out how to do it the simple things, and kind of the way I do music.
Well, the
simple.
Sticky Feet video is fantastic. Everybody out there should watch that. It's on the channel with Mr. Sal Principato there.
Sal is dancing, just for his dancing alone,
Yeah, his dancing was great. I mean, that's a and then the Spiders from Mars. That's Giant Spiders from Mars. That's another good one. But you do a lot of Jackie Puppet stuff. That's great too.
And yeah, I mean, I just have fun with it. You know, it's like just whatever comes into my mind sometimes. Even like if it's really stupid, you know, to somebody else, it might be like
Right.
a ridiculous, you know, thought, and it's like, yeah, why not? You know.
Now you're planning more shows with Jackie Puppet in the future, right? Is that going to be
Yeah, we
happening?
have something. Well, tomorrow, I think we're practicing for next week
Okay.
with the start with the like Parkside Lounge. I get everything.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
this probably will broadcast maybe tomorrow. So I
Oh
don't.
yeah.
Maybe I could get it on because basically we're going to be recording all of this and then putting it live. I believe that's a better way to do it. So all the listeners
That's
out there, I'm not going to be doing any live broadcasts. It's going to be right after the show. Look through it. If we're happy with it, I'll put it on YouTube.
well. Then that's March 23rd. If anybody's
Okay.
in the area,
Okay.
and
Plenty of time.
so
And where
see
are you
us
playing?
there.
March 23rd. Where are you playing at?
A Parkside Lounge. That's
Okay.
Jackie Puppet. And see Ray Bally at the Zine Fest in Montclair the same day.
Oh, that's right. And
Right.
I'm going to be seeing Simon Spine that night in New York because I played on one of their songs. Really nice guys. I don't know if I'll get them on the show, but they've been doing some good music too. So we just all have to keep it going. And I thought this would be a good avenue to talk to everybody and get their views and from the past too.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. You know,
I'm curious to hear what some of those stories were from back in the 80s when I was playing in New York, along with a lot of those other bands. Yeah, it was a great time, right?
The greatest music from that time period.
It was. It really was. And then you had the great prog music in the 70s.
Yeah.
And then you had the great no wave type of music right after punk came this no wave, whatever they called it, movement in New York.
It's like everything blended together, which was really cool. A little bit of everything, you know.
It's kind of funny how that went right into the next phase, and now it was quite a period to be alive and into that at that time. So I'm going to be very interested to hear going forward where the channel goes and who I can interview.
Yeah, I was just alive at the time.
How about that?
I was alive, but I missed the music, you know. So I caught up later. I got to listen later, and all that stuff is just incredible.
But amazing thing, that we had no computers, so people went out and danced or listened to records or the radio. So there wasn't as many avenues for music like now. Everybody has a short attention span.
Oh yeah.
So
it's easy to get lost, you know.
Right. Oh, they do. That's why I'm going to try to keep these podcasts under an hour. Keep it short, brief, talk to people for a little bit and call it a day or night whenever I'm on. That's what I'm going to do here. Hopefully we get more people on the channel to listen and hear our music because there's a lot of great music we're doing.
Oh yeah. I'm like excited about all of it.
Oh yeah.
You know.
So let me think. I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else. You have anything else you want to talk about or anything with the records you did? Or I know we did 2 great records together. The Shoeprints record and the Nico cover record.
We got my Nico shirt on here.
Oh yeah, there it is.
And we did 2 Shoeprints. I mean, I'm so proud of. You know, it was just guitar and vocals and your production, which
Yeah, it was great. It really turned out.
I always say Dennis did more work on it than I did. That's the thing.
Well, I did. We both worked hard on it, and then the Nico tribute. And the Nico record was, half done before COVID, and then we did it during COVID, and we finished that up. So, folks out there, get a copy of that. It's like the best Nico cover record I think out there.
But they're out there somewhere, you know.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's the thing about the internet now. People eventually find you somewhere. Maybe 100 years from now, people will find this channel and say, "Hey, how about those guys?"
Well, that's what I hope because I don't know how to do the whole thing where you promote yourself.
Right.
I'm terrible at that, and I feel weird saying buy my album. I'm just not good at that.
You're doing some promotion
just hope
now.
That people find it later,
Well, it's good now. You're doing promotion here, and you're the first guest, so that's exciting. You deserve it because you've done a lot for the channel here. You've designed the channel. You've done the artwork for everybody. So it's great. You're the first one.
Very honored.
There you go. So that's all I could think of here, Brad. So it was a pleasure having you on. And we move forward with the channel, the bands and music. And we keep having fun. That's all you can do.
And go listen to more Primitive Substance and
That's
Jackie
it.
Shepard. That's my
There you
promotion.
go. That's it.
The
That's what we
podcast.
want. Yep. All right.
Thanks,
okay, Brad.
for
All right.
Talk
See you.
later.
Bye-bye.